Yes, we're doing a live Q&A now. Why? Two babies are asleep. One has gone shopping with mother. The other one's watching Tangled right now. Look, I'm in a new area of my house too. This is my wife's. This is the breakfast room. I think is what you call it. This is my wife's little coffee area. That is vinegar. We're about to clean out the Keurig, so that's nice. Forgot to forgot to put the vinegar in. So I could have done that while I was doing this, right? But I'm not now. I'm not. Let's see. Well, I got some questions here. Oh, I mean, hey. Hey, Alex. Hello, hello, hello. I got some questions. One of them was by author. He says, I was hoping. He said, when he's talking about Planet of Twilight, when I do my reread, which will be sometime next year. Hi, I'm wondering, what I'm wondering is Leia's lightsaber ever described as being the color yellow, or does the reader just get the color from the cover? I swear it's not described in yellow in the book, but maybe I missed it. I don't know. That's a great question. That's a great question. I want to say it was described as yellow in Black Fleet Crisis or the Corellian trilogy when she and Luke square off in front of young Jason and Jaina, and Luke lets his sister win so the kids will respect their mother more. And I think then it's detailed as yellow. But Planet of Twilight, great question. Do not know. I will look it up. Someone else, Jedi Acolyte, do you think with the Han Solo books flowing into the New Hope that Han Solo's friendship with Janik helped him become friends with Luke quicker, or if Han Solo saw much more of Janik and Luke? There is a possibility. But you also look at, that's a possibility. Yeah, all those things could have all the friendships he developed. He is a loner, but he has a soft spot for the adventurous kid. So yeah, I think so. Maybe he saw a little bit of himself in him, you know. Yeah, so there's that too. Good observations. Always love it. Brendan says, have you watched Captain Fordo's videos? Everyone asked me this question. Yes, he said Clone Wars is too contradictory. To which I continue to do the same, give the same answer. All you have to do is read, not that you would read this, but Force and Destinies, I believe it was their source book. And in it, there's like a short little blurb of where he talks about, because all these Clone Wars Filoni cartoons start off as a newsreel, right? War on Camino. The clone troopers have blah, 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 blah. Okay. So in this Force and Destiny book, it says, hey, I'm watching the war reels from the Clone Wars, and some of it, because that's what the whole episode is supposed to be like, a war reel, and give you the highlights of what's going on with heroes like Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's kind of like the old World War II heroes of the war reels. But he said they're giving away, is it just me, or they're giving away a lot of false information? And it's the weirdest stuff too that contradicts with history. And he says, is it Comp Noir who's messing with these reels, and for what purpose? Because some of the changes don't make any sense. And what it is a soft retcon over the entire Clone Wars, which we're almost positive is what eventually would have happened. Like Leland Chi said, don't worry, once Clone Wars wraps up, we'll have a way to explain all the contradictions with the EU. And when I went to Fantasy Flight Games, Dylan wasn't with me. He said he was at a X-Wing tournament, which I do remember, at Gen Con. And this is after Force and Destiny had come out. Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions was with me, so he is a witness. And I said, hey, I read Force and Destiny. I told him I don't play their game, but I buy all their content. I said, because I like the EU stuff. Now, y'all swaying away from the EU. He went, well, the new stuff's out, and people want to see all the new characters and the new things. He said, we'll still be including Legends in there. I said, no, I read because they had something in Force and Destiny, I think, that said, hey, there's Legends and there's canon. And we'll be splitting it up between the two going forward. And that's when I said, okay, I'm done. I said, I'm done buying the books. But he was just explaining to me, yeah, we got to do the new stuff because everyone wants to play with the new characters, the new world. And I said, yeah, okay. And assuring me that he said, we'll still use Legends because there's not that much material out there to use. Well, then I said, well, I don't know who wrote this, but there's a blurb in there, and I told him about it. He goes, that's a good way to interpret it. I said, who wrote it? He went, I don't know. I said, how can I find it? He was like, well, we don't like to talk about that. So I don't know who wrote it. I don't know why he's being coy with me, but he did say that is a good way to read that. And again, it wasn't like a, yes, you are correct. So I don't know. It's almost like Fantasy Flight goes, well, we don't want to say anything that would contradict something that would come up by Lucasfilm, which is kind of what it felt like. Like maybe Lucasfilm will do a retcon later on, but we don't want to call Oz official. But he said, yes, you could interpret it that way. And he just said that's a good way to interpret it. I'll have to ask Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions again. So that undercuts everything Captain Fordo says. I don't hate Captain Fordo. He has a point. I know there's contradictions in the Clone Wars. I know a lot of it doesn't make sense. And again, everyone thinks I have this ultra hatred for Dave Filoni and the Clone Wars. Yes, I've made fun of him. That's because he thinks he's the best thing. Well, even before George Lucas, there was Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni is the best thing Star Wars ever made. He is excellent, and a lot of people follow or drink his Kool-Aid and think he's so awesome, and that's why I make fun of him. His Clone Wars series, I've said this several times before, the first couple of seasons were pretty good, and whatever season it was that introduced Darth Maul, and like I said, it wasn't all good. I still hated Ahsoka, and there were still dumb episodes, but it seemed to have gotten worse as the series went on, to where there were mostly bad and a few good ones. And if you look down it, I've always said I'm 50-50 on it, which is about right. The first half, mostly good, very few bad. The second half, mostly bad, very few good. And so in a way, 50-50. But I don't hate the Clone Wars. I don't think they're the best thing, though, in the world, which is what a lot of fans, not EU fans, but a lot of fans do enjoy. J Moon X asked TTT or Dark Empire. Well, since I don't know what TTT is, I'll say Dark Empire. I'm sorry, I haven't seen that abbreviation before. Someone's going to let me know in the comments, I'm sure. Speaking of the comments, there it is, Dollar Stream. That is half of a bang there. But actually, I got the BOGO bangs, Alex. So when you go BOGO, it's 2 for 1 on their site. I don't know if it's still around, but I got Lemon Drop and Swirly Pop. And so you calculate it down, they're like $1.25 a can. Not that you wanted to know that. Oh, hello. Hey, True. Look at True. They're smiling there. Oh, hello. Hello, Marcel. Good to see you there. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. Doing a lot of, how you doing, you old pirate? Just the way Lando says that. It's just great, right? Just great. By the way, just got finished went out to see my second movie of the year. By the way, if you don't know, a lot of cinemas are doing $3 movies all weekend long. So go watch a movie if you want to see one. They're bringing back old movies, and that's even better. We saw Jaws. For some reason, it was in 3D, even though I was like, I don't like that because it wasn't made to be in 3D, but it was actually fun. I don't like 3D movies in general, but it was fun. It was fun. Does it have to be in 3D again for me to watch it to love it? No. It's a great movie regardless. And it will probably be the second best movie I've seen all year. I've only seen 2 movies. I doubt I will. We usually, at the end of the year for Saturday Morning Santa Flange, we do our top 5 movies we saw in theaters. That's the rule. It has to be seen in theaters. And there is no way on God's green earth I'm going to watch 3 movies in the next 4 or 5 months. There's no way. There's not that many good movies coming out. You say, oh, Matt, there's all these Christmas releases and everything. I don't know of any other movies. I'm sure there's a few movies that are coming out that I'd be interested in seeing, but Avatar ain't one of them. Never saw the first one. Don't care. And by the way, here you go. Prediction, Avatar 2 will purely underperform. They should have brought this thing out like 10 years ago. I mean, they're a mistake. They're a mistake. They've waited too long. The hype is over. Avatar 2 will do okay, but it will disappoint. That's how I predict. And then 3 is going to do even worse. All right. You know what? I've read most of it, and then but every time for something happens when I'm pulling it up and it resets, and I lost my place and I gave up. There's nothing wrong with Throne 45, Hand of Throne 45 fan fiction. It's great. For some reason, I cannot read it online. I cannot read books online. I got to have them in my hand. But it was fine. I was enjoying it. I was just tired of there's no way to put a bookmark in there. when you open it with your reader, and for some reason the reader just kept resetting. I tried it on the laptop, kept resetting to the top chapter. I was like, and I never remembered my pages, and I just didn't want to go back through it again. I think I was on chapter 13, but kind of done with it. But it was good. It was good. And again, there's a billion right now, Alex. There's a billion things I need to read. Not a billion. It's an overstatement, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of other things I'm trying to get read. A new Doom book came out. I didn't even know this. It was just like something intermittent, like a few tales. I think it's called Sands of Dune. I have it. I bought it. Haven't read it yet, but it came out in June, and I didn't even know about it. And then Kevin Janderson's newsletter came out. He said, "Hey, Sands of Dune is out." I was like, "What?" So I bought it last week or something. So I have that. Definitely going to read that. There's a few other things I want to read, and then I'm going to hop back on the Star Wars train. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hello. Sure. We all hate it. Let's see. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. How not ho? Oh, okay. Did I say ho? Can't remember. Did you say ho? Probably did. Were you thinking of sheep again? All right, let's see. Oh man, trying to catch up here with all the details. Love half price books called Star Wars and Other Gallantly Fun. Oh yeah. It's disco. Yeah. I have an album or a CD a long time ago that had that on there. It had a few disco on there. I'll have to. I remember that one because they put maybe it was a record and they put it on CD, and I can't remember which album it's on, but I have it. I have it. It's interesting. It's weird though, right? Hello, hello. Oh boy. Well, I'm slowly catching up. The Thrawn trilogy. Okay. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. They're both good. I don't know. I don't know if it's the Thrawn trilogy. I don't know. I'm not. It's hard to say comic book or book which one is better because the gut inside me will pick a book, a good book, over any comic book. But I love Dark Empire. I thought it was really good. Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, he is, isn't he? He definitely is. It's Tartovsky's art style, storytelling is so great. It's so much better than Filoni's Clone Wars. If you if you watched episode 2, Filoni's Clone Wars, episode 3, you'd be like, I don't know what's going on. And it would devalue the third movie. If you watch Tartovsky's Clone Wars, it just enhances, in my opinion, it makes Grievous a bigger threat and really makes a lot of sense. Do you hear my little girl singing? Um, so it's just much better a segue from episode 2 to 3 to watch Tartovsky's Clone Wars. But I digress. I'm old enough to remember. Yes, thank you. True for that. I am. 3D, like 33, right? Yeah, 3D. In fact, we made a joke. So the Samo Flange podcasters, Benjamin and Mikey, watched it with me, and we were making a joke, and we said, wouldn't it be funny if this was actually Jaws 3D, like Jaws 3, instead of the original Jaws? I mean, I start laughing because Jaws 3D is the worst movie out of the whole. I don't. You can hate on Jaws 4 all day, but it's not Jaws 3. And Jaws 3 just plods a lot. Really not that good. But then we laughed about it. Then I said, you know what? If it is, I'm staying in the theater. I said I would watch Jaws 3D in theaters. Now you got to put them all in theater. Jaws 2, it's the 25th anniversary of Jaws 4. Why not put it in there? They're never going to bring back Jaws 4 in theaters or Jaws 3D. Yep. Possibly. Never saw it. Yes, I remember the 3D. You could get the 3D glasses out of anything. It had one as red film and one as blue film, and you put them on. And I used to keep those. I can't remember which cereal box it was, but I used to keep them. And you wear them around, but they didn't really make any sense anywhere else, unless you're looking at the back of the 3D. Where the red lines and the blue lines would blur together, and it kind of a 3D image would pop up, and that was really cool. That's really cool. They don't have that type of stuff uh, anymore in cereal box. No, the fun out of cereal boxes is gone now. What do you think of Luke's best love interest? Which book are we talking about? You mean Jin from Dark Empire 2? Oh, what do you think is? You're new. You gotta be, or you gotta be Josh. I mean, Callista. I love Callista. Everyone hates Callista, but me and maybe two other people who watch my channel. I thought Callista was perfect. I thought Callista was perfect for him. What was in 2009? What? 3D glasses? Maybe. I may have missed something in the conversation there. Oh, you're gonna love Jedi Prince. It's great. Wait, or do you? No, I don't mind. Just reach out to contact the expanded universe, and that's fine. Um, what is remembrance? But yeah, go ahead. Reach out to me at the website address. People send me stuff all the time. Oh, thank you, Arthur. People send me stuff all the time. Not all the time, just every once in a while. Got a lot of cool things here. Dadgummit. Hold on just one moment. I got to answer this one. All right, back. That was quick. Got a lot of text though. Thank you. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. Got to answer that text later. But oh, hey, Teresa, how's it going? Terminator. Terminator is timeless too. It's kind of funny because everyone talks about T2, which is the best one still, but Terminator, the original one, really good. Kyle Reese, excellent. Um, the third one was okay, but basically a shadow of two. Like we're trying to get the groove back for two. And Terminator Salvation, I loved. A lot of people hated, but I was like, no, now it's time to show the war. Stop with the time travel. And they couldn't. I don't remember what the last two were called, but I didn't see the last one. But I saw the second to the last one, and it was pure garbage. Pure garbage. They should have gone with. I know Salvation didn't make any money, but they should have continued on because I was waiting for a three-part trilogy to see how the war ended. That's what they should have done. That's what they should have done by far. Hey, Norm, I'm doing great. How are you? Norm, killing it, killing it, killing it on his channel with his reviews. I like how you keep doing, you keep finding games, man. You keep finding games, but I hope you're doing well too, my friend. I answered your question earlier, author, before you got on, and yes, I will look at it. I was saying that I think it was mentioned in Black Fleet Crisis or the Korean trilogy. I can't remember. There's one scene where Luke and Leia are fighting, sparring off in front of the kids, and Luke lets Leia win so that the kids will be impressed with their mother. I want to say that's Black Fleet Crisis, but I don't remember. and it's described as yellow there, I believe. But I don't know about Planet Twilight. You're right. So I'll definitely look it up when I reread it, which will be sometime next year. It's a hard book. Yeah, it's a hard book to read. It's there's some interesting parts and then there's some boring parts. Like the world came into being with song. You're like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. But um, I mean, I love Tolkien. I've reread Silmarillion 3 times, but that's nothing in compared to The Hobbit and the original Fellowship of the Ring. That's where all the action is. I've read History of Miller twice. Yeah, Silmarillion 3 times, I think, and Lord of the Rings countless times, and Hobbit countless times. I've seen Rings of Power 0 times. It feels like a study book. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, look up. You saw it too, Teresa. Why don't you just come with us? You should just come with us. Is it because you don't live here? Is that why? Or you're afraid I was going to eat all your popcorn when you weren't looking? Sneak that popcorn. My popcorn, movie popcorn is not that good, but on its own, in my opinion, it tastes kind of burnt. I guess it depends on where you go, but I like putting that butter on it, man. You got to put butter. You got to put the pump butter on it. No one likes the pump butter. Everyone thinks the pump butter's gross, but me. I hear one baby. So this baby coming to a quick end. Hey, Meridian, can you put the passy in whoever's crying? Can you put a passy in their mouth? Yep. Yep. You know what? That's another thing. I had the privilege of working at a comic book store and card shop, which now are really only in big cities, and probably just the owner and his best friend work there. So it's not really a job you'd see people have. So I'm very proud of that fact that I worked in that one. Yeah, and if they would have brought this out in like 2012, it would have made, and then the third one in 2015, 3 years apart, I think it still would have made more money than it's going to make now. It's way over 10 years. It's too late. People have forgotten about it. Well, she just made things worse. Got her in balling. Goodness gracious. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm not going to reveal anything, but I've talked to him. I think I know his name, but I don't think it's anyone that we think it is. Or I know his first name, and I can't place it with anything. It's still a mystery. Still a mystery. But sometimes when they respond back, their name appears on it, and the first name and last initial appeared on it. It's like, I don't know who that is, but that's interesting. But I have another idea. I think it's an editor of the books, which makes sense. Boy, are they getting dark greetings, dark greetings. And now she's screaming at the kid. So let's see if I can catch up here. Ah, wow, really? Okay. See, I'm way off then. I don't remember. You've read it more recently than I have then. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. Have I seen Game of Thrones? No. Shut up. That's hilarious. Someone at the movie theater knew my podcast. They knew the podcast, and they were like, yeah, and they never met me, and they knew the podcast, and they told me about their favorite episode recently. It was really funny. I've never had someone say that to me, but they knew the podcast. Saturday Morning Sound Flange. I don't know if I'll ever watch them. I don't hate them. I just don't know. Oh boy. Wait. I think it's an editor for an author. That's what I think. But I don't know yet. Haven't made contact. I remember a different name, but I'll have to go back and check. I could be wrong. All right, let me. All right, let me go get Screamer and be right back. Talk amongst yourself. Okay, folks, are you ready for Iron Man? He's an Iron Man. He's an Iron Man. Look at this dude. He's the Iron Man. I'm the Iron Man. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I got a six pack because I work and I do the crunches. I'm an Iron Man. Iron Man. Hey, hey, what's going on? He says, Dad, in the stream because I'm going to cry. And I woke up my sister too. This is great. Yes, we were vacationing at the beach, but there was just no time. I was with these babas the entire time, so didn't have any time to split. But when they get a little bit older, yes, I'd love to hang out. Oh, maybe so. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right because that does sound familiar. Gregory sounded familiar, so maybe so. Maybe I'm off. Well, it's going great. I got Iron Man Junior here. Oh, good to know. It's House of Dragons. Hello, hello. So his twin is up. She's smiling. She's not crying yet, but when she starts crying, that's it. End of the stream. End of a short Q&A today. But I knew I was running against time because very rarely do you get both of them in bed at the same time. He is 40 minutes tops in the daytime. He will not sleep past that. She will sometimes sleep for an hour and a half, but obviously all the crying, I waited too late and now she's up. So now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble. Okay, well, I'll talk to Hand of Thrawn. I mean, I did. We did talk. I did reach out to him, and he responded, but we haven't talked since. Yeah. Well, Mr. Man here. What happened is we went to go see our cousins, and we played with them. And whenever they're one girl and two boys, but the boys are really into superheroes. So Meridian wanted to wear what was it, Captain Marvel. Piper wanted to wear Wonder Woman, which eventually became Wonder Woman's cape and a Bumblebee costume. Well, it's just family, so I said screw it. And then he had to. The missus wanted to dress him up as Iron Man, and the other one is Batgirl, pink Batman suit. And I am Green Arrow today. So we came as superheroes, crossovers, and everything. There you go. It's funny. Yeah. Let's see. Did I answer this one? How often do people who are familiar with your channel approach you in public? Not often. On the road, one or two have. I was at a Comic Con waiting in line for Troy. This is my favorite one. Waiting in line for Troy Denning. Someone was behind me, and I turned to him. I didn't know who he was. I said, "Hey, you go ahead." I said, because he was the last one in line for Troy Denning. I said, "You go ahead and get your book signed." I said, "Because I'm going to be a while talking to him." He goes, "That's no." He said, "Oh, I'm not in line for Troy. I just want to talk to you." I was like, "Why do you want to talk to me?" I didn't understand. He's like, "I'm a big fan of your channel." I was like, "Oh, oh, okay. Hold on 1 minute." So I just started talking to Troy Denning, and then after we're done, I was like, "Did you write that down?" He went, I know a little bit of it." I said, "Man, I got to write all this down," because he told me a lot of stuff, and I was like trying to get it. But I remember that was funny. And then the first time I was at Gen Con, someone approached me, asked my name, asked what my name was, asked if my name was Matt Wilkins. I was like, "Yeah." I was so confused. "Can I take a picture with you?" "Why?" He went, I'm a fan of your channel." I was like, "No joke, really? Let me take a picture with you." I was so happy. I have a Spencer Crilly who posts on our site now. Spencer's a great guy. And then, oh no, someone did come up to me in Dragon Con and asked for my autograph. That was very early. The one person I think who came to see me at Dragon Con who knew I was going to be there. And then it happened at BGG Con, Spring Con one year, a couple years ago. I was playing a game. He was watching, and I was like, if you want to play, we're almost done. Because I thought he wanted the game. He went, no, I'm just here to see you. I was like, it never occurs to me that they've seen my channel. Like when the girl said, I love your podcast. It's like, mine? I just don't think it reaches that many people. And so I was like, oh, okay, because it doesn't happen that much. And then, but that last one was for board games. He said, I don't watch your Star Wars stuff. He said, but I watch your. I was like, shut up, really? So you know me for my board games? He went, oh yeah. I was like, that's awesome. He's the only one who's known me for the book because Spencer was at Gen Con for board games, but he knew me because of Star Wars. I don't think he watched my board game reviews. Well, no, that's a lie. He did. All right. Did I fall behind? I did. Hold on. Wait, skip one. Hold on. I'll come back to that. Oh, I didn't like it either, Lee. Actually, you can check out Saturday Morning Salmon Flange, where we review the first half. And the second half, I don't know if I reviewed it, but I hated it. Yeah, I thought the first half was like, okay, we'll see where this goes. And then it ended like on a fart. Yeah, so I agree with you. Okay. You know what? You could be right. You could be right. I don't know. I'd love to find out, though. Love to find out. Now, see, now you got me wanting to sing Cult of Personality. All right, let's see. Everyone, well, I mean, obviously, but there's a lot of fans who are too. I'm not saying he's not an author, but a fan, I've, here it is. There was some fan fiction written by, I believe she was an editor for Stackpole, and she wrote really good fan fiction. She wrote one that felt like an X-wing short story. It was done really well. When I talked to her, reached out to her, I found out that she was the editor. That's why I say editors can sometimes turn big stories. Now, yeah, if it turns out to be an author, that's great. That'd be awesome. Be awesome. But we'll see. Yeah. Don't they? Don't they? Who was I telling about that the other day? I can't remember, but I was telling someone about it. I still laugh about that. I don't go to any conventions anymore. We used to go to a ton, but I don't anymore. None. I do miss it. If I ever go to one, the one I always go to usually is BGG Spring Con in Dallas. But we had to cancel it this year because of this little man and his sister. I'm gonna see if I can get him to smile in a minute. Well, that comment has nothing to do with me. I'm kidding. Q&A? What Q&A? So author. Okay, everyone's having their own conversation. Okay, let's see if I can get him to smile. And maybe it'll be over because sister's kind of getting grumpy. Here we go. Watch this. Can you smile? Oh, we got the you the Iron Man? Are you the Iron Man? Are you the Iron Man? Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. He parties more than Tony Stark. Well, he stays up late. Maybe doesn't have the looks, but he has the killer smile. Give the killer smile. Give the killer smile. Give the killer smile. Come on, lady smile, lady smile. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it. Okay. And Ella's crying. So we're about to come to an end. Who is my Star Wars what? I don't know. Oh, you had a panel at a comic book convention. Good. Yeah. I Well, the only one I ever did was the one at Dragon Con. I got invited, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't get asked any questions hardly because two Lego guys. It was a panel on collectors, and I was a collector of the EU books. And two people were Legos, and one guy was the toys, a toy collector. And the Lego guys got all the questions like what have you made with Legos? How did you make the Chewbacca bowcaster? What all did you buy? How many Legos did it take? How long did it take you to? It was tons of Lego questions, and I think I got one question, and the toy guy got a few questions. No, I got two questions maybe, but I didn't get any questions. So, but they enjoyed me. They asked me to come back to DragonCon the next year, and then to Celebration. They actually opened up another panel. The three guys did and said, "Hey, we're going to Celebration," and we really would. I mean, we talked a little bit before and after, and we were friendly to each other. And he thought, you know what, man, we'd love to have you come with us again and do this again in Celebration. We've got a time set aside. And it's like, I'm not going to Celebration. I was like, I got nothing to celebrate from Star Wars anymore. And then he goes, okay, well, if you just do Dragon Con, we'll do Dragon Con again. And at that point, I was like, you guys can reach out to me. But for me, Dragon Con's great, but it was getting too crowded. And they did reach, to their credit, they did reach back out to me and say, hey, Dragon Con. I was like, no, I'm not going this year. And then they stopped, or maybe they stopped doing it. And I mean, it was fun. It was fun. I'd do another one, I guess. If they asked, but I don't think anyone would ask, and they don't have to. Which character had your favorite X-wing? To me, they're all the same. I know they're not the same, but to me, that's not a question I could answer. You know. Oh, I am so far behind. Yeah, it's obviously Jude Watson. I don't know why she said no. I'm guessing it breaks some contract for her to write those books, which is why um, she can't admit to it. But it's so obviously it's so because Alex Wheeler. There is not a single interview with Alex Wheeler. There's no other books under Alex Wheeler's name, and yet Alex Wheeler picks up the storyline from Last of the Jedi and concludes it. Who would care about all those characters but Jude Watson? It hasn't been far enough for you to say, oh, it was some kid who grew up and loved those books and want to connect them. No, these came out a few years later, and it's a direct sequel. It turns into a direct sequel. At first, the first book's kind of neutral, but when it starts introducing Ferris and everyone else, then you're like, okay, this is easily Jude Watson. I don't know why she denies it, but again, it must have broken some type of contract. That's why she had to go under a different pen name, and that's why she can't because they do have you can have exclusive contracts signed by you, so you can't be writing anything else, or Scholastic can only I don't know they have to maybe they were under contract to use a different author, so she had to pretend to be a different author. I don't know, but I'm assuming it's something contract obligated. Yeah, yeah, real Star Wars convention. It's just too bad those people won't travel in for it. I don't know. I say maybe you could get like 100 or so. Oh, Enterprise all day. Get out of here, Enterprise. Hold on, Tim. I'm shooting that question to you. Voyager, Enterprise. He's a Trekkie. Yeah, you got the cosplay. You got the cosplay down. You do. Oh wait, hey, move your hand there, Bubbas. Enterprise is way better. There's no way that's Jude. Have you reread them? Why would you pick up and continue storylines from Last of the Jedi? No one has ever done that. No one has ever heavily invested themselves into someone else's series. They create their new characters that Ferris has no business being in there, and it makes no sense. Why would you care so much? You've got to be Jude Watson. You cannot have been anyone else. I just don't believe it. Evidence is stacked against her. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Voyager, the only thing good about Voyager was oh, you were agreeing with me? Oh, okay. Never mind, Alex, sorry. Um okay, all right, sorry about that. I got someone's hand in my face. Um the hologram doctor was great, and any episodes with him are excellent. But the rest of the series, the characters, they're garbage. They're garbage. Whereas Enterprise, they're all good characters. They're all good. It's Enterprise has done really well. I don't think fans gave it a shot, but it was done really well. Zombie movies, and with as she drops zombie movies and says bye, and she's done like that. Bye, true. All right, Alex, write down. Oh my goodness. Most slept on EU books and villains video in the future. I have talked about this when I've reviewed them, but I believe a lot of the Bantam novels you don't hear much about them, and like Korean trilogy was really good. People forget about it. I think New Rebellion was one really good. I Truce of Bakura. Again, Kathy Tires impressed me by going a different way than what she could have. She should have just done another rebellion error. Here comes another wave of the empire, but she said, "No, I'm going to go a different route." I mean, just really good stuff. So I'd say a lot of the Bantam novels would be overlooked now because Del Rey did such a great job, though. Oh, okay, I agree. Oh well, I mean, Tim is Tim is a big expert. He's a big fan. Hey now, original series is my favorite. Oh, it's weird, right? Like the first two novels are pretty good, and I was thinking, oh, maybe this isn't a bad series, and then Powers of the Force is just awful, and then Last of the Jedi just makes things worse. It's like, what are you doing? Stop. I would go original series just because I love them. Uh, Yeah, I'd probably do DS9 over Next Generation, although the best ending to a TV show ever in the history of TV shows is Next Generation. So Next Generation could be switched out with DS9. And then I put Enterprise fourth and Voyager fifth. And it's too bad they never came out with another show, right? After Enterprise, they just stopped doing Star Trek shows. So crazy, isn't it? I would doubt that he's a Star Trek Discovery guy. I don't know. I've done a few. Ah, dang it. I gotta take this call. Hold on just 1 second. Oh boy, what a day. All right, let's see. Oh, you talking guy now. Y'all have any questions for Forrest? He's answering them anyway. I mean, Walking Dead comic book was really good. Um, Oddly enough, the remake of Dawn of the Dead is a really good zombie movie, which I don't really like remakes, but that was one that I thought was solid. Not personally, but I can see where some people would. Smiling, laughing, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the laugh. A Vader who laughs. Well, yeah, and it's sad because, Bubba, you're doing that on purpose, aren't you? DS9 deserved a movie, deserved at least a few movies. After Enterprise wrapped up with Nemesis, or they weren't going to do anymore, they should have asked DS9, hey, would y'all like to do a few movies? And they should have done at least three. I think DS9 would have definitely done it. And then maybe give Voyager one where they get home. and kill everyone off. It's just the hologram doctor who arrives. That'd be great. And give Enterprise one too. Was that Return of the Night of the Living Dead? What was it? I seem to remember it. I don't think it was that good. Dawn of the Dead remake was the best. Cisco is excellent. Cisco is excellent. Oh, sorry. Quark is great. There's Odo and Quark are great. Jeffrey Combs and the characters he plays on the show, all of them are great. Wayoon and oh, I just lost his name. The accountant. Y'all are gonna say it in the chat there. Oh, I was about to say it, and I went with Wayoon first because I just remember that one. What Ferengi did he play? Dadgummit. It's one syllable too. I can't remember who it was, but it was great too. He came back for a few episodes. Well, this is my son, hence the Iron Man costume, but thank you. Dragon Ball Evolution. My brothers were big Dragon Ball fans. Big Dragon Ball fans. Oh, you're heavy. Oh, sit on my shoulder, Iron Man. Oh, he's rubbing his eyes. Oh, Star Wars Republic. Dirge. Oh, okay. So some Clone Wars action there. Dirge is awesome. Is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I remember it. I mean, it was fine. It was fine. Probably, I mean, yeah, you could say that was better than the original, but only because the original is so old, and kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. Uh-oh. Iron Man has pissed his pants. That only happens to Tony Stark when he is drunk. You come here. You come. I'm gonna get you, Iron Man. As you know, Iron Man got his sugar stolen a lot in the Avengers. It was deleted scenes, but so Iron Man needs his diaper changed. I didn't say I don't like Dragon Ball. I didn't watch. I was too old for that when it came out, and I hated the cartoon. Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you. It just seemed like it was so slow paced. My brothers loved it. My little brothers loved it. I don't. To be fair, I probably won't. It's probably really good. It's not something I'm going to give my time to. But you're probably the age of my younger brothers, because they have always been huge Dragon Ball fans. And to be honest, that show's held up because I think my nephews watch it too. Oh man, well I hope that does come out. Oh, someone trying to start a fight with you. Dragon Ball being overrated. Yikes. Yoicks, I say. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. And now I'm guessing reading manga. Yeah, a lot of people are. That's what's hot right now. Comic books are dead in a way. Manga's the hot stuff. So that's true. Let's see, someone loves them. So yeah, some Dragon Ball fans there for sure. Right now, this old man, me, is watching The Waltons on season 3, episode 1, two-parter called The Culture. There's some other Waltons on another mountain who there's a highway about to be driven through their home. What will happen? The Waltons are there to try to figure it out. Yeah. It's a really good show. It's a really good show. I've answered this one before. I mean, I guess Austin, but I'm not gonna back that up with anything. So if anyone says Stackpole's better, you're right too. They're just so on par with so many things because they've done so well. But Austin has a little bit more humor, which is why I give him the edge. But again, that doesn't mean he's the best. It could be Stackpole, but I like Austin. I love them both. It's like you're asking me who my favorite children are. It's this one right now because he's not crying. Love Babylon. Oh, someone said something about Babylon 5. Whoa, there it is. Love Babylon 5. Ow, ow. I love Babylon 5. Tim, if he's still here, we do Babylon 5 streams. We've talked about each season and the movies. We're going to do one on Crusade and then one on the last movie called, I don't know, the Tales movie. So we're going to do 2 more streams on it too. So, see, old classics, Babs. How you doing there, Mr. Garibaldi? Yeah. What's my favorite Tokyo Pop? Don't know. First Wolf of Finger. Yeah. Oh, back in the day, I watched Akira, Fist of the North Star, and one other. Oh, Vampire Hunter D, and that's about it. That was way back in the day before anime was cool, and that was what I was watching. And Akira was good. Vampire Hunter D is weird, stupid, funny. Fist of the North Star, I remember watching it and thinking, meh. Those were the 3 I've watched. I was back in college on VHS. That's how long it's been. Oh, yeah. Oh, we talk about that so many times. Chikara and Londo, just great characters. Really underrated series. No. Get out of here. And to be fair, I hated the Peter Jackson trilogy. So I love those books. I love those novels. And for me, if you like Peter Jackson, he tried to change things from the book. And I was like, why do you think you're better than J.R.R. Tolkien? Why? I'm not talking about things he skipped over. I'm talking about things he changed, and it got worse as the movies went on. But, someone said, oh, you should do a review on those. I'd have to watch them again to get everything, and I don't want to watch them again. I just don't love the books, don't care for the movies. So I didn't, the moment they said this new show is going to be based off the world of Tolkien, not really any books, I was like, out. Because no one can do it like Tolkien. Whoa, Bubba. Yu-Gi-Oh, baby. Yeah, CJ, who used to be on one of my podcasts, Saturday Morning Sam Plans, is a huge anime fan and tried to get me to watch Scrolls. I can't remember what it was called. Something with Scrolls in the title. He was such a big fan of that. Greek or Viking? Probably Viking. It's what I've heard, but what did you expect when they said that? Like I said, regardless of anything else they've said before then, when they said it's not based off the literature, it's just based off the idea and the world of Tolkien, I was like, nope, it's gonna be garbage. Plus, fool me once, shame on you, because Wheel of Time was horrendous. I think you did. That's just you and me, Shadow Combat. Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. I am interested, Babs, but I'll be honest with you. Did you see one of the steals? I knew he was in it. But they didn't put, in one of the, it's not a spoiler, but in one of the steals, well, no, I'll save it because he's not in the trailer for some reason. But they released a steal from season 5 or whatever, and he's in it. But yet they didn't put him in he should be a big reveal. They're bringing back someone from the movies who hasn't been in the show yet. And it's funny because the actor said after season 1 came out, he said, are you going to be in the show? He said, yeah, but not till later. And then he's been mum on it ever since because they said, don't say anything. Because when the show blew up, he had to keep quiet on it. But everyone knew, well, a few fans knew he was coming back. And even though they didn't put him in the trailer, they didn't put him in the trailer, they released a still of him. I'm like, well, there he is. Why don't you put him in the trailer? It excites fans, but they didn't want to. Bubba, this is about to be the end here. Wang, 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 wang. Oh, I don't know. That one's, I don't know. I'm not too big into movies to know all the names. I can tell you what movies I thought had good makeup, but I can't tell you who their names would be. Not that big of a movie buff to know all that. I can't remember new actors and actresses' names most of the time. The Missus is a big one on that one. The Wizards of the Coast, if I recall, most of it not good. Someone can correct me on that, but just didn't offer that much. Wizards of the Coast failed on every level. Okay, it's Mike, Mad Dog, the kid he faces off in 3. He's back. If you want to know. But they released an official steal. It wasn't something stolen from the set. They released it and it shows him, like his Duke's up and everything. I was like, yes, he's back. And then the new trailer came out and he's not in it. I'm like, where is he? Because remember, what's his name? I'm not thinking of names right now because my little girl's crying. I have to end this. Guy with the ponytail. Goodness gracious. Anyway, he promised that kid he'd open up 1,000 Cobra Kais and he would get to own some of the ownership. So now he's bringing Mad Dog Mike back in it. So yes, very, very cool indeed. But anyway, all right. So we've almost gone an hour, and I'll probably have to call it there because little Missy's crying. I can't hold them both and do this. But yeah, Silver. Dadgummit. See, my brain is not working because I hear her bawling in the back. So I got to get her, got to hold both babies. My arm is dying out of socket because he leans forward. And I'm serious. My shoulder hurt for like an entire day after holding him for too long because he likes to lean forward. Like he'd flop right off. The kid has no sense of balance here. So anyway, guys, let me see. Of course, no More Civilized Age. I don't know how many Q&A. I mean, not Q&As. I don't know how many streams I'm going to be able to do. Just because the missus is late every night. Super late, and I'm so tired because I'm watching all the babies. So I just can't do one when she comes back. It's like 10:30 now, and that's just and to get babies to bed, so like 11, I'm like, I just don't feel it. I want to do another stream, but I just don't know. My new series is squashed. I'm never going to be able to do it, not with her coming in that late. So I'm so glad I got all those videos out when I did, because now I don't have time to do anything. But I'll try to do some eventually so we can chat some more for the month of September. Other than that, yeah, nothing else new that I haven't reported already. But you guys have a wonderful Labor Day and quiet one. Hopefully you get a lot of sleep. I'm going over to the parents' house this evening. I don't know exactly what we're doing tomorrow. May go visit Mikey from Saturday Morning Sand Plan. She's got a pool. My little girls want to be in that pool so bad. And Monday, Twilight Imperium, game number 9. But we're playing the Codex version, which is teams. I'm very interested in that. I've got a big 8-player game going. And then that evening, again, nothing, because the missus has practice and I have to babysit kids. Oh, that really hurt my shoulder. All right. Well, you guys have an awesome rest of your Labor Day. If I can do a stream Labor Day evening, like if they fall asleep for longer than 30 minutes, then that may be a deal. But anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a